Thank you, Bara. So, I mean, let's see. What's this? I don't have any clothes, eh? Oh, I do. Speech. Polished wares. Sticks art. Probably this. Okay, so
Hail?
Caliph.
I'd like to buy something. Where can I find some merchants around here?
If it's a tradesman you're after, most of them live here in the village, of course. Your best bet is to ask our merchant Jörg. He knows everyone. I'm sure he'll help you.
What's new in the county?
I heard something's going on. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Gelievites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean, more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough, that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region. Now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been talking my ears off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you. I'd like to report an ambush.
That's a serious matter.
Well,
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself.
It's a long story.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making it up or lying to me. But if you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord here and we can talk it all over calmly? I'm sorry, lad, but until then, I've got more important things to do.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory.
I can't help you with that. You'll have to find him yourself.
I need to speak...
With the Royal Chamberlain?
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy, but he's still in Prague. He's hardly ever here. Chamberlain Ulrich is in charge of things.
And where do I find him?
Where do you think? Up in the castle.
But they won't let me in there.
What do you want me to do about it? That's your problem. I'm not going to put in a word for you. I hardly know you.
Fair enough. Okay.
Mind where you're going.
Scribe.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Nice. Nice. We have a little bug already. Can't go in there. Definitely want to find the smithy. This is...
Good day to you.
Yep, good day to you as well.
What's master? Welcome. You can buy everything you need from me, but excuse the selection. A few days ago, When I was returning with new goods, the horse got spooked, and my wagon tipped into the pond. I salvaged some things, but the rest is now in the pond.
And where did the wagon tip?
On the roads near the Katchak Pond, beyond Jelioff. You can still find it there. I can't tell you how much it still pisses me off. But what can I do?
Thank you, Bianca.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm
Me
doing
too.
well, thank you.
But what can I do?
How are you
So,
today?
what will it be?
I wanted to ask you, what's on the other side of that nearest hill? I'm not from here, and I'd like to get my bearings. You look like a merchant to me, so you probably know best.
Ja, natürlich, you're not from here. Everyone around here knows that, after what happened in Betty's Tavern. Aber das ist deine Sache. That is your business, lad. Also, what do you want to know?
Where can I find a church round here? I'm surprised you don't
I
even
am
have a
from
small chapel
Germany,
in the
but
village.
living in
If you
Australia.
want.
How about yourself?
Die Rettung deiner Seele, junger Mann. You have to go through the forest to Aujetz and to St. Catherine. Herr von Berger does have a chapel in his castle, but it's not for commoners like you. We do not go there either. Und warum auch? The gravedigger Ignatius takes care of burials outside the village, and weddings usually take place without a local priest. No one wants to pay the church more than they have to. Das ist ja wohl klar.
Can I find other merchants around here?
Zum Glück nicht, junger Mann. I'm the only merchant here around Trotsky. Oh, natürlich.
I am from
There are
Germany,
plenty
but
of
living
tradesmen
in
here
Australia.
who sell their goods. There is Bartosz, the tailor. He lives at the other end of the village. The apothecary, Emmerich, lives across from me. They are hand in glove, or more like hat in hat.
What do you mean by that?
Nice to meet you.
Just that they play at being educated men. Along with the scribe Geibel, they are always studying some Latin tracts. But of the three, perhaps only Geibel knows Latin, if he really does at all.
Is there anyone else here?
Oh yeah. Beyond the tailor's house on the edge of the village is where Bashka the butcher lives. Opposite the Rathaus is
No
the
worries,
carpenter.
thanks for letting me know.
The rest
Sure.
of the villagers are just
I have
peasants.
to get a
and you
better
are already familiar with the tavern.
Mike.
Where do you go for wares? What's the closest town?
The closest is Sobotka, the biggest Gichin, what you call Gichin. And farther north there is Turnov. Half of that one belongs to Herr von Bergo.
Is it far?
Das kommt darauf an.
There's no
It
specific
takes
one
all
game,
day on
you know, just
foot.
getting through
Wenn
games.
du was
Only started
brauchst,
streaming as
the
well,
goods I
so
have here, will have
just
to
started
do.
with
I do
Kingdom
not
Come
think you will
Deliverance
get
2
to the
today.
town anytime soon.
But generally speaking,
Is there anything
know,
I should avoid around here?
RPGs
Certainly.
and stuff
Stirring
like
up trouble and sticking your nose into other people's business. Here in the
gamer
village, we
yourself?
don't care much for outsiders. If any do come, they better behave.
I understand that, but we were ambushed by bandits. So I wanted to ask if you know anything about that.
Ach so, ich verstehe. The woods have been full of all manner of rebel recently. That is all because of the war. Verdammte Schurken.
So you've already heard about these bandits?
About those ones in particular, or about others?
that. Yeah,
They
sure.
are all just gleichen Scheißkerle. Every time I go to the town, the bailiff must send an armed escort with me. It makes life difficult.
So the roads aren't safe?
Ja, das kann man wohl sagen. Herr von Bergo should do something about it at last. But Herr Otto spends more time in Prague than here. And Chamberlain Ulrich... Ach, lassen wir das.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Well, thank you for the offer, but I'm not looking for anything at the moment. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. Again, thank you for checking by, but not interested in that at the moment. And if I need something, my partner is one as well and will do that for me. But thank you for the offer, I appreciate it. Now we'll have to see if we actually don't really have anything to sell much at all. At this stage. So what kind of stuff can you buy? Right. Well, we'll have to get back when we have some money and stuff.
Auf Wiedersehen.
But... so probably have to go and talk to the smith, blacksmith. Otherwise the apothecary is here.
What are you barging in here for?
Greetings to you. Was willst du hier, Bettler? What are you in here for, eh?
So most of them talk German.
What do you have for sale?
Okay. It's definitely something you want later, and then all the different recipes, stuff.
What can you do?
Piss off!
Okay. Don't have to be so angry. Might check out the scribe. If possible. 'Cause I don't think I can go in there at the moment. Is the bailiff? It's the scribe.
Greetings, lad. What brings you here?
I met the local beggar. Barrow was her name.
She's here again? Oh, confound it. But we'll get rid of her somehow, you'll see.
What? But I...
You didn't give her any money, I hope? Rabble like that are like stray cats. Feed them once, and you'll never get rid of them.
No, she just told me you might know where I could get some armor.
Armor? Unless you want to join the local watch, I don't think I can help you. Unless, maybe, Radovan, the blacksmith from Takhov. We might sell you something.
But Barrow told me you might know of something better. The armor of some Brunswick?
Oh, that? Lad, 'tis but a legend.
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs in the hands of a knight.
Oh, come now. Surely you're not going to keep that legend to yourself. Do a fellow scholar a service.
Youngster, being able to piss your name in the snow doesn't make a scholar out of you.
I beg your pardon?
All right, no need to lose your temper. I'll tell you. In short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian Prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. I don't believe it, of course. After all, I'm educated. But you'd be surprised how many fools have set off to find it.
Who exactly was this Brunswick?
You don't know, lad? Educate yourself. Brunswick was a famous Czech prince who won the lion for our country's coat of arms.
Really? How is it that I've never heard of him?
Perhaps because he never existed. Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms for helping Emperor Frederick I, known as Redbeard.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend, but a quite lovely one, I'll give you that.
Could you recount for me the legend of Brunswick?
Well, why not? Brunswick was a valiant Bohemian prince.
So the bailiff is really interested in us.
When our country had
He
an
loves
eagle
us.
on its coat of arms, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he decided to head out into the world and gain the mark of a more powerful animal.
A man after my own heart.
You may think so, but his wife was none too happy. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home, but he just couldn't be persuaded. Still, He loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
Then what happened next?
Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drawn in by an island with a mysterious mountain of amber that holds all ships and prevents them from leaving. Over time, the men on the deserted island died of starvation, leaving only Brunswick, who noticed that once a year a great bird called Noh came to the island to hunt. And so the clever knight hid in his horse's hide at just the right time. And when the bird came, it mistook him for prey and carried him away. So Brunswick wandered on. After some time on the road, the prince came across something unprecedented. A duel between a lion and a 9-headed dragon. So, what do you...
Well, the dragon is certainly much stronger than a lion.
Nonsense! Brunswick rushed to out the lion, and together they killed the dragon. And from that time on, they were stalwart companions. The lion even followed him all the way back to Bohemia. Except, by then, it was already too late. It had already been exactly 7 years to the day since Brunswick set off on his journey. His wife, Ludmilla, who had until that time valiantly resisted all suitors, was about to remarry. But at the wedding feast, Brunswick managed to drop the ring in her cup, so it all turned out well. For Brunswick, that is. Not so for Ludmilla's new groom, but the lion took care of that.
Where did Brunswick's armor?
It is said that George the Lion of Württemberg brought it here. He was the nephew of Lord Chenyek of Württemberg, who built Trusky. This George spent a lot of time with King Wenceslas. A suspiciously long amount of time, if you know what I mean.
I think I get the picture.
And it is said that one day, a lion escaped from the king's menagerie. As a reward, Wenceslas gave young only Sir George didn't live to enjoy it for long. Specifically, well, of course, the king wanted his armor back. But it looked like Wenceslas would lay siege to Trusky. But fortunately, Lord Chenyek was...
Well, if the king was so
Because Lord Chenyek was as cunning as a fox. It's said he hid it so it could only be found, or so they say round these parts.
And do you know where I could find...
Yes, lad. But I do have Sir Chenyek, who they say hid the armor, left behind. Do you want it?
And how did that riddle go?
Wait, how was it? I've got it. Take your leave of crone and maiden, standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards true midnight. In caverns cold your prize awaits. Pass through the all of forest kings, hidden deep from hunter's gaze. Standing tall, 2 guards of stone, behind whom yearned for treasure lays. Between them stands a mighty rock, a subtle niche, yet deeper still, a place to give one's art to God. Behold, my armor gleaming still.
Uh-huh.
Answers come to the wise.
The crone and the maiden towards midnight. We've got east, west, midday, midnight. Well, thanks a lot.
Hold on, I'll give you something else. Sir George, who previously owned the armor, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armor, but this is certainly true, because I have a copy of George's order here. Here, take it, as a keepsake. And now, go.
Right.
What will it be?
What do you have?
Oh, well, what can you do? Farewell, then.
Okay.
Have you come to break some more stuff?
Greetings.
Same to you.
I've heard you've got a new addition to the family. Is it a boy or a girl?
A bear cub.
A bear
The
cub?
castle looks pretty good, but like,
you mean
imagine you
you
have to go
found it
from
somewhere?
one
No,
tower to the
it's a
other.
girl, but she
That
came out all
must probably
hairy,
take a while.
like a black lamb.
That guy is
can
stuck.
happen. My younger brother was as hairy as Esau when he was born, but the baby will grow out of it soon enough.
I hope so. But
Okay. What is this? Taylor.
What'll it be?
I have 5 groschen. Well, that won't do. So we had, what's this? This is the fresh graves. Then we had the pond, this one. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the blacksmith first, I guess. I want to go with the blacksmith instead of the miller. It is a long way, which is a bit annoying. I'm probably from playing the first, and basically you got the horse pretty quick, so I'm probably spoiled from that. Dun, dun, dun. So what's this? This looks like a cemeteries? Nah.
Oh, gods. I wonder what their names were.
Wine. I mean, let's leave this stuff here. Something there. Okay, it's probably, it's probably not a good idea to cut off the path the way I have done, especially so early in the game. So, I mean, saves the game like once, right? There's a path here. Here, messenger.
What happened to you?
I'm in big trouble.
How so?
I lost a letter. A very important letter. I was supposed to deliver it to my master by tonight.
What was in the letter?
I have no idea what it said. For one thing, it was a secret, and for another, I can't read.
That's
but it
helpful.
was my master's beloved who sent it.
Oh, so it could just as easily have been a lewd verse.
I don't really care what was in it. The point is, I don't have it.
Do you know where you might have lost it?
I haven't the faintest idea. It must have slipped out somewhere along the way.
Would you like me to help you look for it?
There's no point now. I've been on the road for 2 days as it is. We'll never make it by tonight.
You should have been more careful with it. Losing the one thing you're supposed to deliver.
I know. So I forgot to check my bag this morning, all right? But now it's gone, and I'm fucked.
I have to be going. I hope you find the letter.
Me too. Because if I don't, I'm in for a lashing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Wait! I have an idea. Punch me in the face.
What?
Smack me in the gob. I'll say I was ambushed on the way and they took the letter.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I'd rather take a couple of punches from you than a lashing from my master. I could tell you to stop when I've had enough. But he wouldn't. So you get why it's better for me to be slapped around by you, right?
I get it.
Very well then. Defend yourself. Or not. It's up to you. You ready?
I am.
All right.
That was rough.
Do you think that's enough?
I definitely. I'm sore all over. Oh, my mouth most of all.
Glad to be of help then. Take care.
That's it. Wow. I mean, I'm afraid to look around because of the feeling that there's just gonna be so many. What's happened here though? Someone broke through the fence. Thistle. Okay. Oh, it is what it is. We were on the way to the blacksmith. So let's do that. We got another small village here. Some horse dung. Touch off.
Greetings to you.
Smokehouse. There's a different quest up here, apparently.
That's a fine maypole.
Oh, they're preparing for like the fest or something. Innkeeper project.
You having problems with the Zheliovites?
Not just me, my friend. They're the biggest bastards around. They've been nothing but trouble for years. The winter before last, they piled snow in front of everyone's doors at night, so no one could get out of their house. And last year, they broke into my cellar and pissed in my beer barrel.
Gracious. I hope you got your aim back on them.
Not yet, no. But since you're here, I've got a plan you could help me out with. I'd pay you well. You can count on that.
What exactly would you like me to do?
Don't worry. I won't make you do any shoveling or pissing anything. But I'll tell you exactly what I have in mind, only after you promise to help me. I'd hate to reveal my plan, only for you to go off and tell the Zheliovites right away.
Well, if you've got it all figured out.
Right. And who's going to run the inn besides? Everyone in Zheliov.
All right. I'll help you.
Listen up then. Old Olbram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Zheliov, has this beautiful bull. white as snow he is. The finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective, too. Now I mean you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Olbram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Well,
All right, it's a little complicated. First, we have to get... I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village. But you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
all right then. Olbram's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
Olbram's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught. Why do you and the Zhelyov lot hate each other so much, anyway?
It's their fault. They keep playing tricks on us. Olbram's the worst of them all. The nasty old codger. He's always coming up with ways to mess with us. He's the one that stole our pasture.
What pasture did they steal from you?
The one that stretches from the orchard behind the Takov down to the gamekeeper's lodge. It's been ours since time immemorial. But the Zhelyevites took it from us.
And how did they take it from you? You can't exactly stuff a pasture in your purse and walk away with it.
Save the jokes, will you? This is fucking serious. There's a tree down by the gamekeeper's lodge that marks the edge of our land. My father, God rest his soul, was there when they agreed on it. He got a proper ass kicking so he'd remember it. And remember it he did. But then fucking Olbram came along, claiming it was the other way around. And that pasture belonged to Zhelyov.
Well, can't you all just reach some kind of agreement?
Do you think we haven't tried? But there's no talking to the Zhelyevites. Year after year we meet in that pasture. I tell it like it was, but Olbram always starts spewing his lies. Then we end up arguing until the sun sets. And when the Zhelyevites are at wit's end, they come at us, and nothing ever gets solved. We managed to convince them to at least give us back half the pasture. But I know the whole bloody thing belongs to us. We can't just leave things like this.
Have you tried asking Lord von Burgos for help?
Of course, but he'd have none of it. He said it's up to the Trotskovitz bailiff to sort it out. But the bailiff couldn't care less. He said we should deal with Olbram ourselves, or he'll have us caned and clapped in the pillory.
What's new around?
Vostok, he's got a cottage near Vidlak Pond. I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. You could also stop by and see Old Mouth. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things. But I have some... And that's all, lad.
Sounds interesting. Can I spend...
Not a chance.